Winter weather review. Rebirth of Mothra Part 1. Don't know why, I just felt like tackling a second trilogy this month. Up front, I want to say these movies are geared a little more towards kids, and I'll try to keep that in mind in the reviews. That being said, they're still kaiju films, and I'm still a sucker for them. These movies are bright, colorful, and very musical. The first one, right off the bat, I don't like how it vilifies the logging industry, which I feel is a necessary evil. Homes and whatnot, you just need the logging industry to support a modern society. You can't have your cake and eat it too on this one. Now, we also get some nice stuff done, like the Mothra fairies, their sisters. They don't dress identically, they dress differently. And again, it goes with how bright and colorful the movie is. When we first see the parent Mothra, she's a similar design to the Battle for Earth design, but from Godzilla Mothra Battle for Earth, but she looks different enough they made more than a few subtle changes. And the Mothra fairies have a sister who's a villain, and this actress, you can tell she's having a ball with this role. She just has so much fun with it, and it's a nice dynamic to have a third fairy that's not good. The story centers around a family, a father that works for the evil logging corporation who doesn't have the best relationship with his family because he works so much, a brother and sister that fight all the time, and a mother. The father finds this thing that the fairies have, and it's a seal for Desghidorah, which is a very awesome looking monster. He gives it to his daughter, which leads to the bad sister Belvira going after the family to get it. The father's back to work at this point. And we get some great stuff with how small the fairies are. This film does a phenomenal job showing the scale of how small they are. There's some fight scenes with the fairies on their fairy Mothra and their sister, and the fairies are called the Elias in this one, and their sister on her dragon thing called Daragaru, I believe. She wants to summon Desghidorah. She seems to have a problem against humans, although it's never explained. The way she says a line later, I guess a human did something horrible to her. I don't know. And it's a nice dynamic between the three of them, because even though their sister's bad, that's still their sister, and they still love their sister. They save her life at the end of the movie. Eventually, Desghidorah breaks out, and they summon Mothra, and we get just some of the most beautiful, a very beautiful, fun rendition of the Mothra song, and Mothra has this just absolutely gorgeous music. It's so majestic and heroic, and it's a great battle scene for Mothra when she fights Desghidorah, which is a four-legged Ghidorah, but he's completely reworked, and he exists as his own monster, and I really like that. Hold on a minute. Anyway, the fight scene is great, but it goes on a little long for my taste, especially after the baby Mothra hatches and comes to the island. And then we kind of get them double teaming, only you can tell Desghidorah is going to kill the baby Mothra. It leads to the mother outsmarting Desghidorah and getting him to hit a dam, and while the water knocks him down, she grabs her baby, which, again, this baby's really courageous, and flies to the water, and she falls in, and we get just a very emotional, just heartbreaking scene where the mother's dying and the baby's like trying to hold Mothra up and she keeps sinking, and the baby even dips its head underwater as Mothra's dead and sinking, and it's just, you wouldn't expect two just puppets to look that emotional in a scene like this, but they do. And wow, then Mothra swims off and spins a cocoon. Meanwhile, we see Desghidorah. He's draining the life from the planet. Plants are dying in the vicinity he's in, and he's getting stronger. People are getting sick in the area because of the lack of oxygen, which is a nice touch, but again, I hate how in films like this they try to ham-fist the environmental message and vilify the logging industry. There's a scene where the father, when he goes back to work, some reporters are being very accusing of him. I wish he would have pointed something out like, you do realize every time we clear cut a place like this, we do reseeding. Oh yeah, and we donate enough wood to build a house for an underprivileged family or something. Something to show another side other than ham-fisting the environmental message. And I go back, I do like the relationship between the brother and sister. They're not the closest, but they grow closer. And again, to talk about scale, there's a scene in the beginning when after the beginning with the battle between Belvira and the other two Elias, where they have to take a plane and the brother's holding the fairy Mothra and the sister has the two fairies in a box and they're just frozen in place like dolls, and it's a great, again, another great establishing scale shot. Now, back to the Mothra scene, we see Mothra hatch, and this is Mothra Leo. As seen on the cover, he's got a lot more green in him, black and white, and it's a great design. I'll say, when I watched this fight, Mothra Leo, I think Godzilla would definitely win, but Mothra Leo would put up a better fight in the long run. And it would be a more hard-fought battle for Godzilla because Mothra Leo is powerful, and we get a great fight with Mothra Leo and Desghidorah, where Mothra Leo naturally wins, as we would expect. And we get a nice wrap-up. The Elias reveal that Belvira is her sister. The dragon thing she's been reviving, which takes a heavy hit, gets revealed to be a robot, which how she had the technology to build that, I don't know. I'm guessing they decided because it was a kid's movie, they didn't want to show this little creature mangled and dying. I don't know. That just struck me as odd. And Mothra restores lives to the plants that Desghidorah destroyed. The brother and sister get to go for a ride on Mothra, and we get the natural father learns the errors of his ways with the company he's been working for, and we need to make a world a better place for the next generation cliche. All in all, I'd give this movie a solid B+. If it wasn't so environmentally hamstringy at times, I would be more inclined to give it an A- or solid A. Rebirth of Mothra 1, definitely check it out. It's worth it, if nothing else, just for the phenomenal music. And that scene with when Mothra's dying with the baby, that is just, you just have to see it. And in closing, check out this. This much snow is so unusual for around here. Got nothing to do with the video, but this is a winter weather review, so I might as well show you some winter weather. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout for Rebirth of Mothra Part 2. Over and out.